The next button is the glossary browser button, which allows you to search for terms and obtain more information about them. It contains all findings, qualities of findings, diseases, and stains that are available in the tutor. To open the glossary browser, simply click the glossary browser window. The left-hand side of the glossary window displays the list of terms available, and the right-hand side will contain the glossary contents for whatever item is selected. When first opened, the glossary browser window will list all items in the glossary. To search for a particular item, you can type the item in the search field. And what is returned will be any items related to that search term you're searching for. So for example, if I typed in immuno, what's listed down here are all of the stains that are available in the tutoring system. And if I click on one of those, that will display the definition of that stain over on the right-hand side. If the term that you select is a finding, as you see, you get a definition up at the top, and down underneath you get a picture of the finding. And you can use the scroll bars to view the entire picture as you need to. When you're done looking at the glossary browser, simply click the OK button to close it. The next button is the case information button, which if you click it, you get a pop-up window that contains the patient history and gross description for the case. So that's available if you want to take a look at that. When you're done looking at the case information, click the OK button to close it. The next button is the Check Diagnosis button. Once you are done working through a case, you can click the Check Diagnosis button. However, the tutor will inform you that you are not done with the case if you have not reached the correct or complete diagnosis. So I'll click the Check Diagnosis button, and as you can see, the tutor now alerted me there are still more diagnoses to consider. If, however, you have reached the correct and complete diagnosis, the Type Report tab is activated. To move on to typing your report, you would simply click the Type Report tab. Now, when I clicked the Check Diagnosis button, the tutor switched into a different mode, and things are now different colors. Normally, as you work in the Make Diagnosis tab, items that have been identified will be colored black. However, if you ask for a hint or make a critical diagnostic error, such as choosing an incorrect diagnosis, the system will switch to a different mode and provide feedback about everything you have done in the case. At this time, any items you have identified that are correct will be colored blue, and any items that are incorrect will be colored red. You can mouse over incorrect items to see what your mistake is. So for example, if I mouse over minimal, I get a yellow pop-up that says, you're right to evaluate the quantity of pagetoid spread, but the quantity is not best described as minimal. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. I'll right-click on minimal and click delete. And I'm going to go ahead and say that the quantity is actually marked. And when I do that, as you see, the tutor says you're right that quantity is marked in this case, but you should know that quantity can be within the range moderate to marked and still be supportive of the final diagnosis. So once you're in this other mode of things changing different colors, being blue, red, etc., the tutor is now providing feedback about anything that you're doing. So in this case, it's just giving me kind of a little side note saying you're right that the quantity is marked, but it could be within the range moderate to marked.